Creo Parametric 4.0, Lesson 11, Part 3. In the last portion of this lesson, we are just going to create a detail format to be used on the drawing. So far, we've completed all the views. I did make some changes. I went back and I checked my sizes for the location of the hole and the slot, and also cleaned up some of the dimensions where they're placed, how many places we're doing for the decimals, and making sure the views were all okay. Clipping back everything I needed to clip back for the extension lines, except for this one. So this is interesting. So somebody say, now what's going on here? Well, what's going on is when I did this view, I did not. Let's go over to layout, double click on the view, and let's go up to edge display. I forgot to delete a little portion of the edge of the top view here, or I should say the auxiliary view. So I'm going to erase the line, click on it, done, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to adjust the extension line. All right, so everything should be pretty much set how you want it to look. And we're going to go and now do the format. And I think what I'll do is I'll shrink this down. I want to make it smaller. And be able to work on the screen a little bit differently. I'm getting a problem with adjusting the screen though. So I guess I'll leave it like it is. So basically what I want to do is I want to start a new file. And in this case here, the object is going to be a existing format. So I'm going to open System Formats. I'm going to select the D frame. And I'm going to work with this title block area. But before I do, actually, I should save this. So I'm going to File, and I'm going to Save As. And I'll just come up with a different name. And I am in the directory I want to be in. And then I'm going to close that and open it up again from that directory. And you'll notice here I can go to the type format, and I select Detail 101, open, and bring it back to here. And I'm going to zoom in on the title block area. Now, before I do anything, I've got to set some of my drawing properties. So File, and we're going to Prepare. You'll notice this is the only thing that's available here, Drawing Properties. And you'll also notice, hopefully, that it's a very short list. So you're going to come in here and you're going to change the height and the arrow, make it closed, default. Everything is going to be set up just for this particular format. It does not transfer over to the drawing, so it sometimes confuses people. So you're going to set it up using the information provided in the book here. And I'm going to do something instead. I've already done all this. Instead of going through each one of these, very simple to do, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to select my drawing options because I previously created a file and saved it. So what I had done is I had set these options. You can see the text height is now different. You can see the arrow style is filled, etc. So I went through and I made the changes that I wanted previously, and then I saved them. And when you save them, you can use them over and over again for other drawings or formats. In these options, these are drawing options. These are not model options. All right, so I'm going to apply, and I'm going to close. Now, should have looked a little closer before, but well, I did it. So when I first showed the screen here, it had these at very light face, light, thin, and now they're bold face. So what I want to do is I want to put notes in here. I'm going to put notes that I call dumb notes, but they're really just notes without parameters. They're just text basically. So I'm going to go to Annotate Note, and I'm going to click right here. And this one is going to be the name of the company. It's actually the name of the company that I worked at when I was 17 years old. So tool engineering, I can put my cursor over the top here and I can change the height of this if I want to right here. Might as well do it. So this doesn't have, if I double click on here, there's no information involved. It's just another uh, note. Okay. Now we have one more, same way. We're going to put that one over here. Actually, we have two. We have drawn. And then we have issued. I didn't do it uppercase. I'm going to leave it alone. And then I've got to put the information over here. Now this is very important. You will notice that it says drawing scale in the book. So basically what I'm doing is I'm coming over here and I'm going to pick my drawing scale instead of typing it. I'm being lazy. I'm not going to be able to get it. That's interesting. No, doesn't want. Well, I was hoping to be able to just pick it and move it. Let's see what happens. Interesting. It was working before. All right, so ampersand and scale. Now that time it took a little bit of it, but it won't take the whole thing. Interesting. So let's do the scale one first. That's going to be in this block right here, the drawing scale. So we're going to put a note in there, and we're going to type in ampersand scale. This is a provided drawing parameter. There's hundreds of them. They always start with the ampersand. Now, this is getting to be a little bit big right here, so let's change the size like so. And even though I put in ampersand scale, it comes back and it says drawing scale. And I can center it a little bit. Oh, I was really hoping this was going to work. It's a lot easier to do if I can just take it. But it's not letting me. It's kind of funny. Did it previously. All right, so the other one is, and you got to get these exactly right, or if you don't, they won't work. So the other one is the drawing name. So I'm going to come over here and note, put it over in this area, and it's ampersand, and it's, now again, you have to get it right, DWG underscore name. And you'll know it works because it'll actually change. And that's the name of the drawing. This last one, which I was really hoping not to have to type, it's actually sheet space current sheet of, so these are just simple words here. These are the parameters. So I'm going to put it down in this area here, and I can put it down here and I can move it afterwards. So it's sheet and then space and then ampersand current. Again, you have to spell this correctly. Underscore sheet and then space OF, that's just a word, of ampersand total underscore sheets. I was hoping I had to do all that. I'm going to hit enter. And it says sheet 1 of 1 because that's what it is. And this is going to go in this area right in here. And change it to 0.1 also. So we put all the information in. If you want to change these to something smaller, you can do that also. Let's go down a little bit. All right. And you'll notice that we're getting all these notes. One of the things is you want to take a look at what even the zones A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3, they are actually nothing more than notes. And then we put our notes down here. Some of our notes are just words, numbers, letters. Other ones have parameters built into them, drawing parameters. So I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go back over to my drawing. And right mouse button, sheet setup. And I'm going to go in here, browse, and I'm going to format detail 101. That's the one I was using. And you'll see this all comes in. You can't do anything with it here. This is on the format. You have to go back to the format to make the changes. Same way with the sheet zones. But it will read in the information. This is the name I gave the model, so that's why it's there. And I'm sorry, the drawing. It's got the scale. It's got sheet 1 of 2. And there's sheet 2 of 2. All right, so this concludes lesson 11.